Well, there's another twist in the soap opera that is a reality for a prominent South Carolina family. Alex Murdaugh. You've probably heard his name about 1,000 times in the news over the past several months. Back in court today, facing new charges of stealing money. Murdaugh was arrested yesterday, leaving a Florida drug rehab facility. He's accused of taking nearly $3 million in settlement money from a wrongful death lawsuit that was meant for his former housekeeper's sons. We're joined right now by Matt Fakhoury, a Chicago criminal defense attorney and former prosecutor for Cook County. I see that smile on your face. You're so calm about this. But when I hear this story, I'm like, not again. Like, I just want to throw the script into the air. Not another twist. What I recall from reporting on this story, Matt, is that this was his housekeeper. She fell. It was considered to be an accident in his home. There was a settlement for insurance money for her children. But correct. Her kids never received any payment. They went to his account?
Yes, apparently he referred another attorney who he knew and told that attorney to sue himself, Alex, on behalf of the family in order for the family to profit. What ended up happening, or at least the allegations are that he actually took that money. The family didn't see the $4 million roughly that were the settlement funds, and then he profited off that, which is a complete conflict of interest, obviously.
Well, yeah, and this is just one of many embezzlement charges that he's been accused of, from wanting to get money for his son, hiring a friend to be a hitman to try to execute him so that his son would actually have cash in his accounts, I mean, to the tune of millions of dollars. What kind of charges and what kind of sentencing could he face if he's found guilty of this long laundry list of crimes?
I'm sorry, I don't believe the investigation is done. You're looking at two separate charges here. They're both financial related. There is a lot of suspicion regarding the deaths of his housekeeper, the death of his son, and the death of his wife. And I think there's a lot of death and destruction and defrauding around him, and he's the common denominator. So right now, I don't know what he's going to face because I have a feeling there's going to be a lot more charges down the road.
But this, I mean, he was actually getting a rehab because of drug use and potentially emotional and psychological disturbance. I mean, clearly there's a lot going on. We don't know if he's going to be found guilty, but it's very, very close to home.
Right. So obviously it's very early in the investigation. He did go to a rehab facility. He's facing a bond today, I believe, on separate charges. There's a lot going on here, and this is going to be a long road ahead for him legally. When
we hear this story, obviously it sounds like, you know, larger than life. It sounds like a movie plot, and that's why we end up reading about it online. But for cases like these, how long could there be, you know, how long could they be in court? Because it seems like it's complicated. There's this weaving through of different storylines, different timelines, different murder cases, different investigations.
So he could be in court for a while here. I mean, you have a financial crime case, which usually is a lot of, there's a paper trail, there's a lot of evidence, there's a lot going on. And now you're possibly facing investigations on these other murder charges or possibly these homicides that he could be charged with. So he's going to be in court, I'd say, for at least the next few years.
Next few years?
Yes.
And that's when we're still going to be following it, a few years from now. Matt, thanks for coming in.